You look at some of the Steelers free agents, obviously, like you got Larry Ogunjobi, you got Cam Sutton, Terrell Edmonds, DeMonte KZ, some good players that we would definitely like to have back. But the franchise tag window has now opened. So just looking at some of these values for the positions that we talked about, like DN 19.727 million, DT 18.93 million, cornerback 18.14 million, safety 14.46 million. I don't know. I don't want this conversation to be as quick as no, but would you even consider franchise tagging any of the Steelers' impending UFAs?
There's only two names that came to mind when I thought about it. And those two are both in the secondary. And yeah, so the two that I'm thinking of are Cam Sutton and Terrell Edmonds. Now, hearing the safety number, that's quite a raise for Terrell Edmonds if he did get franchise tags. I'm just looking at it like I think he deserves a longer term contract. He proved himself on his 1 year deal with the Steelers, and he proved that he's a valuable asset despite not being what a lot of people would want him to be. He still brings a lot of value to that Steelers defense. And if he's not going to get it here, I do think he'll get it somewhere else. And I think that the Steelers would be smart to bring him back. Now, franchise tagging him, that would be a big cap number for him. But I don't know. That's just one of the names that immediately brought back just because I think that he brings that much value to the defense that they need to keep him around. And then the other one was Cam Sutton, just because he's the number one priority among the free agents. I think you definitely need to bring him around. When we were talking about it, we were talking about like the 3 years, like 21, 22 million for a contract. That would be
that's
quite
what shows
big...
us his Spotrac market value. Yeah.
Yeah. And so whenever we were talking about the franchise tag, you said it was what, 18 point something million for a corner. Yeah. I mean, that would be quite a cap number, but I think that he's another one that I could talk myself into franchise tagging, even though that is a big number, just because when you look at the cornerback room for the Steelers, corner is definitely going to be a big importance for this draft or this free agency. But I do think that Cam Sutton is one that you need to bring around. Hopefully they get an extension done and they don't even have to worry about a franchise tag. But those are the only two names that popped into my head that I could entertain the idea at least.
That's the thing is, I think even if they were using the franchise tag, they're franchise tagging that guy with no intent of him playing on that number. You're hoping to just get more time, to work out an extension, but at the very least, locking yourself into having this player in 2023.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I mean, those would be, for me, I wouldn't even say Edmonds. Like, I like the player, but I think they can find a similar player. Obviously, for me, it's just about the continuity more than anything else with Minka, the way that he lets Minka play. But I can't pay $14 million for that.
Right.
So I think Cam Sutton would be the only one I would consider. But again, it would be, man, they better basically be 100% sure that they're working out an extension and he's not playing on that number. It would just be to guarantee that at the very least you do have him for this season, because they can't go into the season with a corner room without him, in my opinion. And that's even with the assumption that, okay, say Cam Sutton isn't back and that like pick 17 or pick 32 is definitely going to be a corner. Rookie cornerbacks, they don't come into the league being Sauce Gardner very often. So, I love in the cornerback class that's my favorite aspect of this class. I think it's the best position.
Yeah. It's definitely has the most depth. But hey, we have no worries because I don't know if you've